What role, if any, did the Board of Regents play in your decision?
None.
You didn't
I don't.
consult them?
No. I alerted them to what I was going to do this morning prior to doing it because I thought that was an appropriate thing for me to do, but I did not consult them. I did not ask them whether they thought this was a good idea or not.
Are you concerned about your status after extending a contract that now has to be paid off a few months after it was made?
Well, I know they can't get the $2.2 million out of my salary, so I guess I'm not concerned in that respect. I can't. I'm starting to sound like Bill Callahan now, but you can't manage a university and worry about the consequences. I make the best decisions I can. People don't think that. If people think that I'm in the same position that I thought Steve was in, that I'm not the one to move the university forward, then I'll float back to the law school and teach law.
One of the positives considered when Steve Pederson was hired was his appreciation for Nebraska, his involvement with the program, his understanding of it. Is that going to be a criteria for the next AD, or is that not going to be a consideration this time around?
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, I think at the time that I hired Steve, I think it would have been hard pressed to find anybody in Nebraska who didn't think that was a great decision. And I thought it was a great decision. And I did my due diligence. I just didn't pick him because he was in Nebraska. And we explored pretty deeply what his experience had been in Pittsburgh and how he served there. And he was athletic director of the year, I think the year before he came here. No, if I said those were the criteria, then I'm limited to people that I think have been here. And I don't think that's necessarily the right way you go about search. As I said, I think you can talk to people about their values. You can talk to them about how they think a program ought to be run. You can talk about their principles and their approaches to issues. And I will have to be comfortable that those reflect what I think Nebraskans would want in an athletic program. But beyond that, I'm not going to put a limitation.
Yeah, so was there anything to be gained by making the decision now? I mean, was there a sense of urgency considering the division, amongst other things?
I don't know. There's some things to be gained by doing it now because if you don't think that your person is the person positioned to move it forward, then you might as well make the change now. I think there's some cost to doing it now. And I'm not talking about the $2.2 million. We're in the middle of a football season. I worry a great deal about how our student athletes are going to react to this decision. I hope they understand the nature of the decision and why it was made. But in this business, there are no easy decisions, and there are no decisions that are 100% positive. This has both elements to it.
You mentioned you worried about how student athletes react. Were you all concerned about how Callahan and his staff are going to react, knowing that you're going to build a cloud with this situation?
Yeah. I am. We're playing football games Saturday. That's a downside of trying to do something like this in the middle of a football season. I just felt it was necessary to do it. I'm hopeful that the coaches and the athletes will focus on the game. I know they've been focusing on it. I know they're hardworking. I know they're struggling to find out how to play better and to be more competitive. And I hope they focus on that. And knowing Bill Callahan as I do, and knowing the other coaching staff, I don't have any doubt that that's will be their focus.
Was there any thought in terminating this coaching staff effective at the end of the season?
None.
Did you have a conversation with Paul Myers after he resigned? And if so, did that have any impact on your decision?
I did have a conversation with Paul Myers. It was some of the information that I used, but I've talked to quite a few people in recent weeks.
Will Paul be coming back?
I don't have any idea. That would be up to Paul and to whoever is athletic director.
How much will you be involving the athletic department in your final decision?
Final decision to do what?
To appoint a new AD.
Well, I'll be honest with you. you folks will make it very difficult to do that. You know, a school with a tradition, the resources, the opportunities of a program like Nebraska means that we ought to be recruiting athletic directors at the top of their field. And those people will not participate in searches where they are identified before they get an offer. So to the extent that I would, you know, my normal practice when you guys aren't watching, like deans and vice chancellors and other people like that that play important roles in the university, is I consult as broadly as I can, and I seek as much input as I can. All I can say, and I'm being honest with you, I'm not being critical because you folks have jobs to do, but if you want me to, you know, I'm going to have to do what I have to do in order to hire the best athletic director I can.
Are you aware of any problems within any of the other programs?
You mean the teams?
Any teams besides football?
No. Volleyball seems to be doing all right. A lot of excitement around basketball. Soccer team seems good. No, I don't know of any problems with other teams.
Chancellor, what were some of the major concerns of those who came out and spoke against Steve?
The question was, what were the major concerns from people that spoke about him? I've said as much as I'm going to say. It's a style of management that, for one reason or another, I don't know whose fault it is, but for one reason or another, I think he lost the respect of the people he worked with, and that made it very hard to manage in the Department of Athletics.
Are there 4 coaches that supposedly could get fired?
Any coach can get fired, but it isn't going to be by me, and it isn't going to be as a result of anything that we did here today.
So the rumors that there's 4 coaches that have also, their jobs are in jeopardy as of today?
You know, I saw a list of rumors. A friend of mine sent me the list of rumors on the web, and then I think they put this one in as a joke, but it said that the 5th rumor was that Bob Davies was standing by the house he bought 4 years ago talking to me. You know, I can't. That's a wonderful thing about the web, is you can create rumors. As I've said, I have no intention to make any other personnel changes right now in athletics because of anything I know.
Chancellor, how do you sum up today in Nebraska history? When you look back and refer to us, how would you sum up this day and what's occurred?
Nebraska athletic history or Nebraska history?
It's all one.
Maybe. Well, I know people feel that way, but you know, it really isn't. There are other great things happening in the state. And one of the concerns you have is that we have such extraordinary opportunities here to make economic progress, to make social progress, that you can't. You just, you know, as important as football is, you can't make that the sum and substance of the state. I think that denigrates the state. There are a lot of important things that have happened in Nebraska, including statehood, which I regard as more important than today. I'm sorry to get so facetious, but you know, again, I understand the passion, I understand the importance, I understand how it unifies Nebraska, how we're all wrapped up in this, but I think you also have to put it into context. And this is a day that is an unfortunate day. It's sad for me. It's sad for the program. Soon it's sad for Steve. It's something that we've got to move past and move forward, and we'll do the best job we can.
Chancellor, what can Nebraskans do to help you out?
Well, I think the first thing is you've got to. I encourage people to support this football team. They're in the middle of a season. They're trying hard. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe they'll get it fixed. But you know, if folks want us to be successful, and you want to be the best fans in the country, which I think we are, that means you got to be supportive of the bad times as well as good times. I know a lot of the angst gets focused on individuals. That's part of the issue. But you just got to remember, they're 18 to 22-year-old kids down in that field that care a lot about what they're doing. They come here and care a lot about Nebraska, and we ought to be supportive. Okay?
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, thank you.